Win. So, Shannon, what did last night tell you about Aaron Rodgers?
Nothing that I didn't already know. He's transcendent. He's historically great. Greatest thrower of the football that I've seen with my own two eyes. And I don't know, I feel very comfortable in saying this, I don't believe another quarterback could have won this game without their top three receivers. It's not good enough to say, okay, he's a number one. They do wide receiver one. So I'm going to do it like they do it now.
So you do realize there's this guy named Brady?
Yeah.
He also plays quarterback?
Yeah, but
that guy also?
That guy that left New England because they didn't have enough talent and went to Tampa Bay where they were loaded with talent. Okay, thank you. Can I finish? It's my turn.
So I just want to remind you that guy's still playing. He did not retire like you tried to tell him.
How about this here? I want Tom Brady to go into the game on Sunday against New Orleans without Mike Evans, without Chris Godwin, and without Antonio Brown, and three offensive linemen, top two linebackers, and top two corners. You think he winning that game?
I don't know.
I do. You do know.
He's been winning games without all that. You just said. The last three games. He hadn't had Antonio Brown. He hadn't had Gronk. Hadn't had Scotty Miller.
Mike Evans has been there.
No Levante.
Chris Godwin has been there.
The secondary has been just decimated.
So Aaron Rodgers won without his top three wide receivers. He lost Tunyon, as AC mentioned, in the game. Cornerbacks 1, 2 down. Linebacker 1, 2 down. Three offensive linemen down. And he went into the team that had the best record on a short week on the road and did that. Did he have a great completion percentage? No. But I thought he called an unbelievable game. I thought some of the ball placement, and I saw Troy, they re-showed it. So I'm sure Troy was gushing about the throw that he made to Tunyon, how he's backpedaling, surveying the field, and just take that with you, Tunyon.
You mean the one he got hurt on?
No, not that one. It was another one he threw, I think it was in the first half, where he's backpedaling, he's surveying the field, he's just looking, and he's like, he does that. So
with that classically bad footwork.
There you go.
He's got the worst footwork of any quarterback this side of my homeboy.
But guess what? Nobody has thrown more touchdowns with fewer interceptions. And I'm glad you brought that up. In the past 2 seasons, Aaron Rodgers with that bad footwork, 65 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Tom Brady with that impeccable footwork, 61 touchdowns, 15 picks. So you tell me. Now, as I was saying, it didn't tell me anything because I already knew Rodgers. I did not pick him to win the game because I was like, there's no way he can win this game without his top two, and then come to find out he was going to be without his top three. And with all the guys that were down against this team, and Arizona had been playing well, I did not anticipate them winning this game. But it didn't tell me nothing I didn't already know. Aaron Rodgers is transcendent. He's historically great. You know that. I know that. Everybody else knows that.
I don't know that.
And I'm not so sure how many other quarterbacks, minus everything that he was minus on the offensive side of the football, could have gone on the road and won a game in another team's building that's this good. The Cardinals are good. They're going to be a playoff team. He did that. He did that.
Last time I checked, Tom Brady has 7 Super Bowls. Aaron won 1 and has only gotten to 1, and it was 10 years ago.
Ask me, what did I last night?
Okay, well, that's why he's not transcendently historically great. He's 7-8 in playoff games since that long ago Super Bowl.
Skip, the man,
7-8.
The man has like 430 touchdowns to fewer than 100 interceptions.
That's regular season. All right, let's look at what he did have last night, shall we? There's this other Aaron on the team, and I often make the case he might be the most valuable player on the team because little Aaron Jones, who's really not that little, he was a horse last night. Look what he did. He ran for 59 yards. He caught, 7 balls for 51. He had the most targets in the game at 11. So his combined yardage was over 100, and guess what? He and A.J. Dillon, who is a load at 250 pounds, they combined to run for 151 yards. Aaron threw for 184, so he didn't throw for that many more yards than they ran for. So that's what they had to do, obviously, right? And I look at what he did have. Tunyon's his favorite target, and I know he got hurt later in the game, but he caught 3 big balls for 49 yards. And who did Aaron campaigned for in the offseason? I got to get little Randall Cobb back, and he got him back last night, and he threw him 2 touchdown passes.
That goes to show you.
Oh,
Yes, even with Randall Cobb.
And Joe Buck was raving on our Fox broadcast about how much Aaron Rodgers loves Equanimeous St. Brown, and he caught a 4th and 3 at the 7 play. It was a huge play in the game, a 4th and 3. He caught a 5-yarder. It was a nice throw by Aaron, but Aaron loves him. Well, he was out there.
A guy that they elevated from the practice squad?
Yeah. Wow, he was out there.
They elevated him from the practice squad.
He's been there and done all that.
Okay, but they elevated him from the practice squad. Let's not lose sight of that.
And
but
there
carry
were
on.
2 failed attempts into the red zone, 2 bad trips into the red zone. If we could see the first one, because they got it 1st and goal at the 3, and Aaron couldn't cash this and wound up taking a Mason crossbar field goal. But here's the first throw was to Mercedes, and it was pretty good. It was a little wild high. Mercedes made a great one-handed catch, but he couldn't get his feet down. And then he tries this throw, and this is a bad idea. And that almost got picked in the end zone. That was just a bad idea. And then he threw a pretty good ball to Randall Cobb, but it's a little wide left. And that's 0 for 3 right there. That started to remind me of something we're going to get to in a moment that happened in the NFC Championship game, but I won't get there quite yet, because then we see what happened at the end of the game. They wind up with the delay of game. If we could just see the sequence of plays down there as they got 1st and goal at the 1 on a pass interference. 1st and goal at the 1, and the little man goes nowhere.
But that's Aaron Rodgers' fault that he got stopped. So, I'm going to blame that on Aaron. That's Aaron Rodgers' fault. He handed the ball off, and the guy got stopped. That's his fault.
They wind up getting a delay of game penalty. Well, does Aaron, should he get some blame for this?
Skip, well,
Aaron,
what about the receiver?
Aaron, the clock's winding down. Aaron.
Did you not see the receiver?
I'll just walk away. I'll go diva on you, and I won't even try to yell for the ball. I'll just say, I give up on this play, and I'll just walk away, and then he tries to scramble it. And I give you high marks for this. He just didn't quite get home. He did take some punishment there, and I will give you that. But then you wind up with the 4th down throw, and what happens on 4th down? Well, clutch guts. No, that ball is going to get batted. There's no way. You are literally enveloped by Jason Phillips, the pass rusher, right? Okay. So that didn't look great to me, right? So now let's...
So everybody scores every time they get in the red zone.
Okay, so now let's look at what has happened in games in which Aaron Rodgers has had to face Tom Brady.
Oh, my goodness.
What happened in the regular season game down in Tampa Bay...
Skip, we're talking about tonight. We're talking about last night.
No, you said that Tom Brady couldn't do this. Well, let's see what Aaron did when he did have all of his top receivers. He had everybody available. If we could see what happened early in that game... They were actually up 10-0 at this point. Oh, he threw it right to Jamel Dean for a pick 6. That's Aaron Rodgers in a huge game on the road at Tampa. Pick 6, and then he comes right back. And whoops, Mike Edwards got this one. He's gone. No, he didn't quite. He got all the way down to the 2-yard line.
What does that have to do with last night?
He almost threw back-to-back pick 6s.
What did that have to do with
It has everything. I'm putting him in perspective because he had everybody then.
Skip, no, not last night. He didn't.
And then we've got to see this very quickly. Had all the receivers, had everybody at his fingertips in the NFC Championship game. First time he ever had a home NFC Championship game. And he got it 1st and goal at the 8, and he tries. I have no idea where that was going. That's Lazard. He wasn't there last night. Then he tries again to Devontae. What was that? Airmail. And then he tries to force. You think he should have just kept running. Tries to force it across his body to a double-covered Devontae. It goes nowhere. And his coach says, I have seen enough. I'm taking the field goal.
Hold on.
31-26.
But maybe I'm
That's transcendent.
Hold on, time out.
That's the greatest throw of the football ever, says the Hall of Famer Shannon Sharp.
Maybe I'm having an A.J. Green moment. AC, can you read that question to me again?
Yeah.
Well, what did last night tell you about
last night?
Yeah.
Why are we talking about last
year? Because what was your answer? It told you what you've already known for years and years.
Yes.
He's transcendent.
He's not.
He's the greatest thrower of the football. Baloney. I say baloney to all the above. He's a choke artist. He's 1-4 in NFC Championship games, and he's, what do I always call him? He is the LeBron James of the National Football League.
That's
because
not a bad thing.
All of a sudden,
LeBron James is the GOAT.
When the pressure is off, when expectations are little to none, he can often be at his best because there's no pressure.
All I said.
There was no pressure. Nobody expected him to do anything last night, and he nickel and dimed them into position to win a game that A.J. Green lost.
Okay, Skip. Hold on. Just like Seattle, he nickel and dime and Seattle lost. Okay, all I'm saying is what quarterback last night, given if Matthew Stafford is without his top 3 receivers and Higbee goes down and he was without 3 or 4 of his top DBs, can he win that game?
Thomas, Edward, Patrick Brady Jr. That guy, he wins that game because that's all he did at New England, especially the last year at New England. I have no idea how he got that team to the playoffs.
Skip.
You realize they were dead last in separation of wide receivers from defenders?
And he left.
Dead last.
He left.
I know, but he got them to the playoffs.
No. But you might think they're not that talented, but they were there. He didn't play without Edelman. He did not play without his top guys.
Time out. Do you remember the Super Bowl in which Tom Brady threw for a playoff record, not a Super Bowl, an all-time playoff record, 505 yards?
Yes.
There was no Edelman for that game. And guess what happened to Brandon Cooks, his second leading receiver during the regular season, got concussed in the first quarter, right out like the second series of the game. He's concussed.
So what about Gronk?
So you don't have your two favorite receivers.
So what about Gronk?
Gronk was there.
Okay, so what about, so how did Hogan do?
Well, he was there.
So he went for over 100 yards. Okay, what about your top two DBs? Did you have them? What about your top three offensive linemen? Did you have them?
Well, Malcolm Butler got mysteriously, inexplicably benched for the whole game, and he played the most defensive snaps of anybody in the regular season.
What about your two top linebackers?
And you threw for 505?
And you lost.
I don't know.
You lost. Aaron Rodgers won last night. You lost. No.
He put up 33 points.
No, he
Belichick's defense gave up 41 to the backup Eagles quarterback.
You just showed me
Lord
a clip.
Mercy.
You just showed me a clip in which Aaron Rodgers lost. Okay, and he had all of those. Okay, what happened in that Super Bowl? Tom Brady lost. So why are we talking about that?
Are you blaming Tom Brady for putting up 33 and losing? How much blame did he deserve for the game? None.
Hold on.
None. It's all on Belichick.
Hold on. See,
the genius, the guru of defense.
When he
gave up 41 points.
This is why people have a problem. Because every time Brady wins, it's Brady. And any time he loses, it's everybody else.
What people have a problem? I don't know of anybody who has a problem.
Yes, because all he does is get all the credit and none of the blame.
Well, he deserved all the credit for throwing for 505 without